Hey, TFA fans, Sean here. I'm here with Matt Wagner this time, and we're gonna give him the rounds and go through the questions. You ready?
I am.
Okay. First of all, I was gonna say, why could I not call you? But I'm not gonna do that. There's a joke there. We're gonna cut that out.
You can.
Yeah. Let's just go with the obvious stuff. I always start with, what are you working on right now?
Well, just here at the convention at the Emerald City Con, we just announced I'm working on the third and final Mage series for Image Comics, or with Image Comics, I guess is a better way to put it, to be released in July, in time for the San Diego Con. Like the previous two series, it is 15 issues, with the last issue being a double-sized extravaganza, so basically 16 issues worth of material.
Okay. Yeah, that was just announced like 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
2 days ago, and that's a big deal for all of us people that have been in the comic game a long time, or comic fans. It's
a big deal for me too.
Yeah. No, it's a big deal.
It feels really great to be coming back to it and finishing it up. And one of the cool things about it is my son is coloring it.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That is amazing.
In fact, I said on the panel the other day, it's been so long between this and the last series that I was able to breed and raise my own colorist. So
I guess that's a new tactic that people might want to adopt. But
no, he's been coloring my stuff for a while now. But he's very thrilled to be working on this. So
cool. I still have my Kevin Matchstick action figure. So
right on.
Yeah, actually I have my Grendel action figure too. So thank you for that. You've done so much for comics. Is there anything you're particularly proud of?
Yeah, all of it for different reasons. You know what I mean? That's like asking which is your favorite kid.
Exactly. Yeah.
Again, I've done a lot with Grendel. Grendel's a giant, century-spanning, multi-character, epic saga, whereas Mage is a much more intimate, personal fantasy tale. I like to call it an allegorical autobiography, because it's definitely, that character, Kevin Matchstick, is my literary alter ego. So that, I always claim that Mage is me looking inward and Grendel is me looking outward.
Wow, okay.
But then I've been lucky that I've gotten to play with a ton of my favorite characters from when I was growing up. So I consider that as if I was a band and I'm doing covers of the stuff that influenced me when I was developing my love for this medium,
Yeah, excellent. I know that's going to make it more interesting when I reread those now. I'd love to ask this question just to see what people could come up with. What are 3 things that you think people should know about you?
About me, I'm an awesome cook. Yep. In fact, I always tell people if I hadn't learned to draw first, I would have been a chef. And thank God I learned to draw first. Because cooking's not the life for me, but I'm a terrific cook. In fact, here, I'll tell a funny little tale.
Okay.
When my son turned 14, he's 26 now, but when he turned 14, I said, all right, man, hey, it's your birthday. What do you want for your birthday dinner? That's one of my superpowers. I can make you whatever you want. And what would most 14-year-old boys say?
Pizza?
Or burgers.
Right, yeah, pizza, burgers.
And he paused, and you could see him thinking, and he said, could you make that African lamb stew with the pistachios and couscous? I said, yeah, that's a good one. I can make that one again. Yep.
My birthday is next Wednesday. I'm just saying. I wouldn't mind. That sounds delicious.
3 things. Number 2, next year I will have been married 30 years.
Congratulations.
To a woman I adore. Number 3, I grew up in Amish Country in Pennsylvania.
Get out.
Yep.
Wait, you did? But
I'm not Amish. I'm not Amish,
right.
But yeah.
But
yeah,
wow,
my
really?
parents were from Pennsylvania. They tried to have kids for a long time. It wasn't working. My dad had a horse, so they moved out kind of into the country area and had a pasture and a stable for the horse, and she got pregnant. And so I grew up all around Amish and Mennonites and kind of central Pennsylvania, German, Dutch culture. Yep.
Has any of that made its way into your work?
A bit here and there, I'm sure. I was back there recently. My parents both passed away, and I was back there for my dad's memorial. I hadn't been there in 30-plus years, and it was really strange to find nothing had changed. Nothing. There weren't a whole lot. There weren't like a bunch of Walmarts all of a sudden. There weren't new condos. It was all still the same farmland. You know, I mean,
That's amazing.
the Amish, the Mennonites, they're not selling. You know, they're like, we farm. That's it. You know.
Okay.
So yeah, it's kind of neat.
That's very cool. Very cool. You ready for the bonus round?
Yeah.
Okay, we got bonus round questions. I'm actually going to hit Matt with a couple of them this time, and usually only give him one. But I'm really curious to see what he's got to say. So we're going to start with one of my favorites, Dracula or Frankenstein.
Oh, Dracula for sure.
Okay, why Dracula?
I love them both, but Dracula's got the really creepy sexual element.
Yes, that's true. There's no doubt about that.
I mean, it's all about fear of sexually transmitted diseases, and whereas Frankenstein's about fear of science, you know.
Yeah, indeed. I don't know that I've ever thought of it that way, or maybe I have and then chose to push that way, but, like, that's really interesting, and we should actually approach that more in writing about it.
Yeah.
But, my other one is, let's do hot dog toppings.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. What are your hot dog toppings?
Oh, always the same. I make my own Coney Island chili sauce and yellow mustard and chopped onions. Typical Coney style.
Okay,
Yep.
okay. I'm a Chicago dog guy.
Yeah,
myself,
I love those too.
Yeah.
But I grew up with the Coneys, and the key is to not have too much of any of that.
Okay.
It has to be something that's not slopping all over the place. It's contained,
Yeah.
that you can eat comfortably,
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, last one. And it's another food one because obviously I like food, so
Yep.
that's what I hit. Pancakes or waffles?
French toast.
Damn.
I make an awesome French toast. I make a style called pain perdu, which is French for lost bread. So you have to use bread that's a little bit old, like a day or two old and starting to get a little tough. And you soak it in the custard of the eggs and cream overnight. And then that really just saturates every particle of it.
I don't know that I can keep talking to you about food, man. I don't think I can handle this.
A little vanilla, a little cinnamon in there. Yeah, baby.
I guarantee that after you guys have watched this, at least you got to be hungry by now. When we post this up, I need you to comment your reaction to this food stuff, okay? But make sure to go check out.
Email me and I'll send you the recipe, and you can post that with the.
Oh, even better.
Yep.
Even better.
Yep.
Make sure to check out his body of work. Make sure to be on the lookout for Mage. One quick question with that too. Can we expect a re-release of the earlier stuff as well?
Yes,
Okay.
we will be. We had already repackaged those in big fat hardcover editions.
Right.
Now to appeal to a different buying demographic, we're going to be re-releasing both of the previous series in 4-chapter trade paperbacks.
Okay.
They will start the same time as the regular series, and then they will be released slowly as the new series premieres, and they will both kind of wrap up around the same time. The reprint material will all be on the market around the same time as the current series finishes.
Okay, yeah. And we'll definitely be carrying that on our site. So if you're looking for that, make sure to check our site because we're going to have it even better. Well, I now know what I have to buy as well. So, all right. Thank you so much for your time and much appreciated.
Thanks, everybody.